It's time for conversations. Who? What? How? Why?
Don't judge me until you know me. Don't underestimate me until you challenge me. And don't talk about me until you talk to me. Or better yet, mind your business and stop minding mine.
What will be today's conversation? Understanding viewpoints, educating, and stimulating discussions. It's time to connect to T. Horne, your host. It's time for conversations.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Conversations with T. Horne, with yours truly, T. Horne, the Uncool. So tonight, y'all, I got a really good topic lined up to talk about tonight. A topic that I think a lot of people be interested in hearing about, and I'm gonna tell you how I got to it. So last week, I did a show, as I do every Tuesday at 7 p.m. And I was very ill prepared to the point where I got so used to, doing the podcast and everything. And I was just thinking like, I can do this, what I'm saying? I don't have to really be on point. I don't have to be on time, on up at 7 o'clock and everything and all that stuff and everything. And fact of the matter is, the show ended up being it wasn't bad, but it started out really bad because I got lax, I got lazy, and I wasn't taking my podcast very seriously, and my podcast suffered because of it. With that being said, I learned a lesson, and now I know to be in place, be on time, put my full energy, effort towards this, and give this podcast my all if I want it to be successful. Something else that people should do that with? Boom, your relationships. You can't get lax in your relationships, y'all. I'm telling you, because my podcast suffered because of my ignorance and my laziness and my not being on point last week. The same thing can happen to your relationships. But now you see I'm on point, I'm on time, I got my mood set, I'm in good energy, and I'm ready to go. I'm putting the energy I want into my podcast, like me put energy we want into our relationships, especially if we're trying to receive a certain type of love, affection, or energy back. So with that being said, tonight's conversation is Spark Talk. And I call it Spark Talk simply because of the fact that sparks die sometimes in relationships. When you first get into a relationship, everything's all good. Everything's all lovey-dovey. I want to kiss you all the time. I want to hold your hand all the time. I want to get on social media and tell the world about how wonderful a person you are and how much I love you and I can't be without you. Every time people see you out in public, I just all over each other and this and that and everything. Every moment is a good moment. Making love is so good and we're doing it all the time and everything. And for the first couple months, maybe the first couple years, everything is great. But then, as time goes on, things start to die down. Maybe you're not kissing as much. Maybe I'm not buying you flowers as much as I used to. Maybe I'm not showing you appreciation and doing massages and stuff like that, or cooking dinner and doing stuff much I used to. Or maybe, just maybe, the sex drive has died down. So, when you get to that point in your relationship, what do? How do you reignite the spark? How do you keep that flame burning? And once you reignite that spark, how do you keep that spark going? How do you keep that flame burning without letting it die out again? That's what we're talking about tonight, because it happens in relationships. It's happened in my relationship, my relationships in the past. And I'm going to tell you something. Well, actually, I'm not even going to go deep into it because I got people waiting to talk with me, and I'm going to go ahead and bring them on the screen. Can we do that? Let's do that. All right. Let's bring our guests on the screen. Who's available? Who's available? Who's available? Hey, Alicia.
Hi.
So, if those who don't know, this is my lovely first best friend, my cousin. This is the first person in life I ever had interactions with. My cousin Alicia Horne. Alicia, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Don't mind me. There's a fly out of my house, and I've been trying to fight it for like 30 minutes, and I can't catch that joke. So don't mind me. But the conversations tonight. We're doing Spark Talk, and when I said I was doing this topic, you jumped on and was like, "Ooh, T, I want to do that one. I'm gonna be part of that one." Why did you want to be on this conversation tonight?
Um, because it's really something that's really not talked about a lot when it comes to relationships. A lot of people don't talk about once you get to that point, especially when you start to go through stuff in your relationship where now, okay, you move in together, you're paying bills, you're doing this, and now life really hits you. A lot of times the dating stops when you move in together, and you know what I'm saying? So nobody really talks about when the spark is gone, or nobody really talks about those topics, and those are topics that people need to hear. Those are topics that people need to talk about, because when you talk about relationships, depending on what you see outside of you, what you see in your parents' relationship, with other relationships that you see, a lot of times, even on Facebook, a lot of times the hard times are not shown. And I was having a conversation the other day about how my parents, them being together for so long, we never seen them argue. We never seen them go through hard times in a relationship. All we seen is the good. So sometimes that can be damaging when all you see is the good, and that's what when you meet men.
You
In my perspective, when I meet a man, I'm already expecting him to be perfect, because all I seen was the good times that my parents had. So a lot of times you don't understand that in a relationship you do go through those dull moments, those boring moments, those, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't realize that it's happening. They just feel like, oh, we're growing apart. Oh, I don't want to be with that person no more. You know what I'm saying? And no one puts in the extra work. So
For me, I hear you on that, and I agree with that. But another thing I want to mention to that, not just people are growing apart. Issues I had in my past, people get too comfortable. That's what it is for me. It's like, okay, my thing has always been this. I live my life, my relationships are two rules. First rule, what you did in the beginning of a relationship, you have to do the entire relationship, because what you did in the beginning, what caught their attention, that's what it takes to keep them. That's the first rule I always had. Then the second one was a little messed up, but I could be honest. I know my past. I can be honest and say this, but this second rule I live by. Remember this: what you won't do, somebody else will do. So I think I took that concept in the wrong text. My mindset was like, okay, shoot, I'm with a girl, and okay, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that, you don't want to be, showing me attention, you don't want to be doing this in the bedroom, and this and that and everything. And I'm telling you, and I'm expressing to you, I want this done, and you're not doing it. Guess what? This other girl will. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I still have this need, and I'm telling you, this need needs to be met, and you're ignoring me, or saying I'm whining, or saying I'm complaining too much. I'm like, okay, I'm just trying to express concern to you. You don't want to hear it. This need still needs to be met. This void still needs to be filled. So since you don't want to do it, guess what? This girl is telling me, this girl I've been ignoring all this time, not paying no mind to, she gonna do it. And because of that, in my past, I've lied, I've cheated, I've been that player type dude. You know what I'm saying? But these are the reasons why, because the spark starts to die, and people get so comfortable with the spark dying, and like, well, we together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
you're telling me to be faithful to you, you're telling me to love you unconditionally and stuff like that and everything, but at the same time, you're not giving me a reason to. That makes sense. So, and I'm not sitting here saying it's okay to cheat. You know what I'm saying? Believe me, it's not okay, because believe me, I've been in my fair share of drama because of
Right.
it. But what I'm saying is, it gets to that point sometimes because people get too comfortable. One thing I hate is being with someone And everything, like I said, everything is great in the beginning. In the beginning, we can't stand to be without each other. Oh, I love you. I need to be talked to. I need to talk to you on the phone for hours. I can sit there on the phone for you hours and just go to sleep, listening to you breathe. And you come to spend at my house, and spend at your house, and this and that and everything. But during the dating stage, the puppy love stage, then all of a sudden we finally get together. I finally give you what you want, and I give in and say, boom, we're gonna be together. And as soon as we get together, that junk gets stale. And that's not fair because you come to a relationship with expectations. I understand life happens and things change, but just like you work hard at life, you work hard in your love life too. You feel me? Yeah. So I don't know, man. What do you think of some things people could do from your perspective to keep the spark alive and keep it going?
I believe that what you said, however you enter into a relationship, however hard you went at the beginning, that should always be the drive should always be there when it comes to the person that you're with or the person that you pursued to the point where now y'all in a relationship. I feel like you still need that drive. I feel like it should always be about the other person. I feel like sometimes, like you said,
Is that my cousin in the background who walked by in the screen and shirtless?
Yeah.
What's up, Nick? Yeah, I'm sorry.
You made me forget what I was going to say. It should always be about the other person. A lot of times I feel like we enter into relationships and we're selfish minded when it comes to I want what I need. And it's never considered for the other person. So you may have someone that you're telling them everything that you need and what you want. But when have you ever
don't kill Lisa.
When do you ever think about the other person? And I'm going to just give an example. Sexually, right? Intimacy, right? Women and men desire some of the same things, but we also desire different things. And when it comes to I'm gonna have to start implementing that. Once you out, stay in or out. I would have never thought that with my kids being so old, I would have to do that. But when you talk about intimacy and you talk about satisfying the other person, I feel like that's how it should be. Your whole mindset should be making them feel good, not on a selfish aspect of, okay, well, as long as I get mine, I'm straight, I'm good. It should be more so on, I want to make sure that my partner is satisfied in every way possible that I can do. And then it should be because if you think about it like that, and both the woman and the man are on the same page when it comes to that, you won't have a lot of issues when it comes to intimacy. You won't have a lot of issues when it comes to what I need sexually, because I know with women, we are reciprocators. And if you give us what we need, a lot of times we'll go above and beyond when it comes to certain things. And it'll be something.
Well, cause I'm not trying to disagree with you, but I agree with you. Women are reciprocators. And I'm not saying men. I can talk about men, niggas, you know what I'm saying, and our flaws all day. But I just want to say this. Women are reciprocators. If a man provides what they need, yes, a woman would be a great woman. But with that being said, women do sometimes get lazy too. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta think of it like this. Men naturally have a higher sexual drive than women, period. So and this is personally for me. Well, I guess not. I guess well, I guess it's based on the person. From my experience, I've seen, just be honest, my sex drive has always been very high. You know what I'm saying? And things I've had in the past where I've dealt with, where it's like some people said my sex drive was too high. You know what I'm saying? And women couldn't match it. But at the same time, with that being said, I've always been the type to be a provider. I've been the type to take care of my household, take care of my kids, take care of whoever I'm with, stay and pay bills, so that and everything, and try my best to provide everything that's needed for that woman. And sometimes, even with doing that, women will get lazy because you can do all you can as a man, and you ready to get some man for the night, and then the women like, "Well, I'm tired. I had a long day at work." But I'm like, I had a long day at work too. But this is my release from that long day at work, being with you. And now I'm sitting here, frustrated now, and now we get into fights and arguments and stuff like that and everything. You talk about my attitude didn't switch, but nah, it's not that my attitude didn't switch. It's that this girl I had in the beginning ain't the girl I'm dealing with now, and I got with you because of the girl you was in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Your first impression was what caught my attention. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying women don't reciprocate. What I'm saying is men and women, human beings, have a habit of sometimes getting lazy in the things they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It is, but I mean, that can go so deep too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, when it comes to lazy, because sometimes it's not lazy. Sometimes it's, you know what I'm saying, you get a person who is not like you or who's not like me,
Mhm.
and they've had issues in their relationship. So now
Mhm.
the woman feels inferior. She feels like she's not enough, to the point where it gets to a point where sexually she's not there because of things that happened in the past. I don't know if it's the same with women. I mean, men, I can only speak from a woman's perspective, but when trust is broken, a lot
Yeah,
of times their bodies don't react the same way that it did at the beginning when
I
things
can
were
agree to
good.
that. I can agree to that.
So, you know what I'm saying? When that happens, a lot of times it's not that the woman doesn't want to, be intimate with her man or whatever the case may be. There's some type of insecurity that's there now that
Mhm.
makes them not feel sexy. Because
Mhm.
when you at the beginning, she feels sexy, she gonna put on the lingerie, she gonna do this, she gonna do that, because you gave her this safe space to feel sexy and feel like a woman. But once things starts happening in relationship, and it doesn't always have to mean cheating per se,
Mhm.
but when certain things happens in relationships, it does cause the woman to fall back when it comes sexually, if she doesn't feel safe anymore, if she doesn't feel comfortable in the space that she's in with you.
So let's do this for a second, because you made a very good point. Now, Chris, what's up, man? Yeah,
Can't
turn
hear
your mic on, bro. We can't hear you. Turn your mic on. Turn your mic on. What's up, brother? We still can't hear you, man. What's going on? Can you hear me now? No, we can't. Need you to be like the Verizon commercial. Keep checking. Big out was going to Mike. Speak again. Nope. You got nothing. It's all right. Figure it out. Figure it out. Figure it out. Angie, if you in the background, could you try to help see what Chris got going on with his mic? Probably hit him up in the chat real quick.
Can you hear me
Try
now?
some. Oh, we got you. Never mind, Andrew. We got him. We got him. See, bro, you coming late. Nowadays, you coming late. The sound coming late. What's up, bro?
Better late than never, man.
Right? It's all good.
How
So
y'all
this is my
doing,
cousin
man?
Alicia. We good, man. This is my cousin Alicia. Alicia's my boy Chris, and we talking about the sparks in relationships. So what I was gonna do before you hopped on, this is what I was gonna say, Alicia. Let's do this. We talked about things that can make the spark die. First of all, we talk about just in general, getting lazy, right? You talk about getting comfortable once you move in together, and you feel like you didn't got the you didn't achieve what you tried to get. When you in the beginning relationship, you're in the dating stage, you're doing everything you can to get the person. Then once you get the person, you get comfortable, stop doing things you did in the beginning. All right. We also talked about trust. When the trust is broken, you know, when and like I said, it's not always cheating. It could be being treated a certain way, being talked to a certain way, just doing something without conversating with the person. This trust is the whole issue. These are a lot of reasons why the spark dies. So we know the reasons why the spark dies in a relationship. The thing we need to figure out is, because we got 10 minutes, probably like 8 minutes left for the break, and we're gonna talk about it for the next for part 2 of the segment. What things can we do once the spark is dead? Say you moved in together and things aren't the same as they were in the beginning. Say something bad happened and the trust was broken. Say a person's responsibilities, jobs, kids, stuff like that, and everything. You just got lazy, get tired of everything. Once you realize these are the issues that are happening, what do you do to restore and reignite that spark? So let's talk about those things. I know for me, but before I go into that, let's do this. I think one thing everybody needs to do in their relationship, and this is my opinion, but everybody needs to study, take with your partner and take time and study what are the 7 love languages. There's a book that discusses what the 7 love languages are. Me and Cassandra, we both know our love languages and everything like that. I know I have 3. I have 3 main love languages. My first one is physical intimacy. I love being touchy, lovey-dovey, that stuff, love being intimate, love showing PDA, love having sex. I'm a very physical person. That's my number 1 love language. The second one, I love receiving gifts. When people buy me gifts and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? It makes me feel like, wow, you really appreciate me. And then my third one is admiration. I love when somebody strokes my ego, builds me up, supports me, pushes me. I'm like, ooh, that's my baby. Be my personal cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? I like that stuff and everything. Cassandra's, she likes admiration too. She likes giving compliments and her character being built up, but she also likes quality time. She likes, we can be doing something simple as sitting on the couch and watching TikTok videos and laughing together, drinking a glass of wine, and that's all we need. That's a good time and everything. You know what I'm saying? I brought those up because it's very important to understand what your partner's love language is, but also there's a flip side to that. Just because you have a certain love language, you can't push your love language onto your partner. Like, for example, I like being intimate, being physical, and having sex, right? Not saying my wife does it. She does too, of course, it's like everything. But I can't try to communicate with her and get to her and do the things I'll get her to do that I want her to do with my love language. I have to take a back seat and be like, okay, boom, she likes quality time. So that means I need to start putting that game to the side and saying, hey, my wife is the first priority. The game could wait. That game always gonna be here, but my wife wants me, my attention, my wife needs me. I need to go spend time with her. She likes admiration and her words to build her up. So when she's having a hard day and talking negative, I gotta give her all that positive energy. It's like, nah, baby, you good. You know what I'm saying? You better than that situation. You better than that drama. Tell her she's beautiful. Tell her I love her. I make sure I tell my wife I love her every single freaking day. And I tell her she's beautiful every single freaking day. Because I know my wife loves that. And I know for a fact I did that in the beginning of the relationship. So if I did that in the beginning of the relationship, and that's what caught her attention, that's how I got her, why would I stop doing that now? Because what gets her is what's going to keep her. You feel me? Same thing with her. She shows love in ways I like. She used to cook for me a lot and do certain things like, cook and this and that thing, clean the house, stuff like that. And she used to tell me, that's how I love you. I say, yeah, I appreciate that. That's not my love language. You know what I'm saying? Buy me something sometimes. Get him some lingerie, do something sexy, some high heels, stuff like that and everything. Tell me how good I look. You know what I'm saying? Make me feel like I'm the best nigga in the world. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get to me. You communicate with me with the things I like in my love language. I communicate with you things you like in your love language. That's the first thing I would say is to reignite the spark. And I'm not going to go on a rant which I talk to, but the second thing is, like I said in the beginning, what you did in the beginning, you have to do it the entire relationship. You can't get to the point where you did so much to get somebody's attention when you were dating because you want them so bad. And then you finally get them, you get stuck and get lazy. That's what happens almost every single relationship. It's like you playing the video game. You playing that video game because you want to beat this boss and you want to unlock all this stuff and everything like that and everything. Then when you finally beat the game, I beat it, on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? I'll play that game when I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? I done beat that game already. I done conquered that. That's how people treat relationships. And that's not cool. It's not cool at all. So even though you beat the game, that's why I love. And Chris, I knew you could relate to me on this one because I love the way video games are made now. Back in the day, and they still do make video games. They make video games where it's like they make one video game, then that video game is so good, and then they make a sequel, and you're like, I gotta get the sequel now. Then make a third one, I get the third one. It's the game is dynamic has changed. Now at video games, they make that one game, and guess what happens? Then there's DLC content. Then there's new levels. Then there's new weapons. And they keep that game, that one game, going as long as possible until there's nothing else you can do with that game. That's how we need to do relationships. We need to keep that. The stuff we did in the beginning, once we beat the game, there's still more to do. You can't get the person and just like, I got you, that's it. We still got to take people on dates. We still got to buy flowers. And I understand sometimes money is a thing where, you know, you can't do all that stuff all the time, but there's still ways. There's still kind words. Like my wife, I be putting something on blast on her. She probably hate it though. Me and my wife had this thing where at least 5 times a day, I say at least 5 times a day, she gets smacked on the butt. And she get mad at me and fuss at me all the time. But I know for a fact that she loves it. Because if I stop, she would say, you don't even smack me on my butt no more. You know what I'm saying? But it's simple stuff like that you did in the beginning that you can't get lazy with. Because that spark is everything. Because once a relationship gets to the point where it's boring, that's when you start cheating. That's when you start getting attention for other people and stuff like that. Like, for example, if I'm sorry, I kill all the time. You know what? I'm going to let y'all talk the next time. I'm going to shut up. I get to talk.
You're speaking facts. You're speaking facts.
I know I get to talking, man. I promise. After the commercial break, I'm gonna let y'all talk and to get y'all Tuesday. I promise y'all. I'm so sorry, y'all, but y'all know I'm passionate about love. I really am passionate about love for real. But as like me and Cassandra getting bored and stuff like that and everything, and I'm working, and a new coworker come in that I never seen before, a pretty girl, something like that, and start showing me attention. At first, I'm gonna be like, nah, I ain't finna play into that. But then if I come home and my wife is sitting on the couch being boring and stuff, and I got this baddie at the job who's showing me all this love and attention, it don't matter how faithful I am. Eventually, that need gonna need to be met. And if you're not meeting it at home, guess what? Somebody on the outside gonna meet that bad boy. You be sitting there looking sorry, you're stuck on stupid. But with that being said, Chris, you ain't got the chance to say nothing. I'm so sorry, brother. So this was gonna happen. We got 28 minutes. We're gonna take a good 5-minute commercial break, and when we come back, I'm gonna let y'all two talk and y'all spill about how we can keep the spot reignited. All right? Is that okay?
Okay.
Sorry, y'all. All right, let's go ahead and take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
The following is a testimony from dfcmarket.com.
What is my name? My name is Michael Douglas Scott. I've had chronic pain for the past 15 years. As I age, I get more pains. I have degenerative arthritis. I have basically 14 different medications, and they range from sleep apnea, trazodone, to ibuprofen, to meloxicam, to gabapentin, these are pain medications, about 6 different pain medications, medications to go to sleep. And I learned about the immune support through Ernest Warren. He's a real good friend of mine. Do something, and he wanted to know how it made me feel. But it made me feel like a young boy again, you know. And it caused me to be feeling full of life, full of energy. When I took the super immune support, I saw results the second day. Several friends who really wonder what the heck's gotten into me, because I'm jumping all over the place. I catch the bus and the train. I drive my van to the train station and use the stairs. And every chance, all day I'm jumping up and down and doing push-ups, not push off the walls, jumping jacks, just full of energy. I've lost I've lost 25 pounds since December the 5th. I want to tell the world. I'll stand on the mountaintop and tell the world how good this stuff is on me. It takes care of me. My name is Michael D. Scott, and I take super immune support beta glucan, and I think you should too.
Visit www.dfcmarket.com for more information. A conversation with Mama.
Many will come on this segment and they will come because they need to have a conversation with their mama.
Amen.
A Conversation with Mama is a series of episodes that discuss different topics that are important to you. Standing on God's Word and the Scripture as found in Proverbs 31:26. Now it's time for today's episode of A Conversation with Mama. Sundays at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We can help you put the pieces together. Audiobooks, flyers, commercials, and more. NGB Productions on Facebook.
Welcome back, y'all. As y'all see, I was talking a lot. I had to get me some water. I'm a little parched. But it's okay, because I'm going to shut up the majority of this segment and let other people talk this time. We're talking about the spark talk, and how to keep spark going in your relationship. So with that being said, I'd like to bring Chris and Alicia back onto the screen. We got Alicia. Chris, where you at, my boy? I'm heading back. So, I was in my mouth. I meant to let Chris talk. He hasn't had a chance to say nothing yet. But since, he's not on the screen yet, Alicia, go ahead and give you a spill. I know I said a lot, girl. Go ahead. You got cold?
Yeah.
Whenever talking about ways to keep the spark going in a relationship.
Ways to keep the spark going, depending on the time frame of the relationship, I feel like therapy is a good way to be able to not only look at things that you struggle with, because a lot of times there's a difference between you're never 100% healed, and when you're in a when you get in a relationship, there are going to be triggers that. There's going to be things that trigger you that you didn't even know was an issue when you were single, because you never had to encounter them. So once you get in a relationship, there's going to be things that trigger you that you never even thought was an issue. So Therapy is definitely something that I would say, whether it's couples therapy, like I said, depending on the history of the relationship, whether it's couples therapy or single therapy where you go by yourself, I feel like therapy is something that really, it's stuff that therapy is not really talked about a lot. But therapy does help you find yourself and learn about yourself. It also helps you to point out things that you may do to your partner that's unfair to them because of how you react to certain things. So therapy is one. I would also say, going back to what I said before, if you make it about your partner, 9 times out of 10, there's going to be a lot of issues that you guys don't have. But you have to have somebody who's on that same type of time. If you make it about your partner and they make it about you, instead of it being, I feel like a lot of people enter into relationships selfishly. and they want to get all that they can get out of the relationship. But if you're both like, when you get up in the morning, you're like, what can I do to make my partner happy today? What can I do to make my partner smile today? What can I do to make life easier for my partner? If you wake up with that mindset, I feel like that will like remove a lot of issues that people have in relationships. Because even if they have something that they want to talk to you about that has bothered them, your first mindset is not, oh my God, here they go. I don't want to hear this no more. You know, you already in the mindset of, what is it? What can I do to make it better for you? So just waking up with that mindset of, okay, it's all about my partner. And as long as you get somebody who's on that same type of time, you know, and like you said, the same thing that you said, however you entered into that relationship, you keep that momentum going. But as you learn a person, a lot of those things may change. You know what I'm saying? So at the beginning, they might have liked flowers, or maybe they didn't like flowers, but they liked the gesture of flowers, right? So now you get to know this person, because I hate flowers. Now you get to know this person and you're like, baby, I appreciate the gesture when it comes to you buying me flowers. I don't like flowers. That's like another child I got to take care of. I got to feed it. I got to make sure that it's in the sun. I got to do all this. I don't want flowers. But at the beginning, you're like, I like the effort that he's putting into it. But now I'm going to tell him I don't like the flowers. Don't buy me no more flowers. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it be,
Welcome back,
you
Chris.
know, you can enter into a relationship and they're doing certain things that it's not really what they're doing that you like, it's the effort that they're putting into it. So once you get to the point where you can have those conversations, hey baby, the flowers are beautiful, but I don't like flowers. I don't want to take care of them. So I don't want you to buy me flowers anymore. Then you start getting to the point where you're letting them know, this is what I like. This is what, you know what I'm saying? So now you can incorporate, you can still have that same effort, but it'll be more, you know what I'm saying? It'll be more on what your partner likes versus you trying to get them. Because at first, you know nothing about them. The more you learn about them, now everything becomes intentional, because now you know, oh, she like to go skating, so I'm gonna do a skate date. Or, you know, oh, well, she likes journaling, so I'm gonna make sure I buy her like a nice women's journal and have her, you know what I'm saying, like stuff like that. Because a lot of us are simple. I don't need to go to Ruth Chris. I don't need to go, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just be the simple things. So once you get to learn that person, then you can be more intentional about how to make that person happy.
That's a good point. That's a very good point you made. That even crossed my mind. Learning and understanding your partner, because you're right, things do change, and your attempts at love do need to be intentional, not just like. And in the beginning, like you said, when you're doing something like buying somebody flowers that doesn't really like flowers, it's intentional then. But once you learn your partner, you start doing things that your partner actually likes. Your partner actually, leans more into, and then you end up doing better things for that relationship. That's good. Zoe Davis. Hey, Lorenzo, what's up, man? He said, some people have unsaid expectations. That's a good thing, too. You got to make sure you say what you want and mean what you say in your relationships. If you don't, and then people doing the wrong stuff, you don't say nothing about it, it's going to be a problem. And you got to make sure, like I said, is knowing what you want. Chris, we talking about ways to keep the spark going in the relationship, brother. I know you got you a beautiful woman in your life. So go ahead and tell me how you keep that spark going, my boy.
I think the best thing about it, man, is just trying to understand and knowing that, it's okay to fail sometimes. Because I feel like people be feeling like, oh yeah, your relationship and your spark's supposed to be always 100% all the time. And if it's not like that. I mean, sometimes you're gonna get gonna get it wrong. The spark, the fire is gonna go out a little bit. But don't get discouraged. Just keep trying at it. And, like y'all mentioned, just understanding. Put in that work to understand. And I feel like, that's the basis for it, man. Want to learn your partner. I feel like once you stop wanting to learn them and stuff like that, you veer off course. And that's where the seed gets planted. and it grows. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna get less interested, less motivated to do stuff, and man, all it takes is that one little time to just veer off and stay veered off. You know what I mean? So I feel like you just need to keep going at it, keep being motivated, and it goes both ways. If you're still motivated at it, then she should be motivated to come across your way too. You know what I mean? Both sides. So pretty much just understanding, man, and just keep going at it. You know what I mean? The will and the want has still got to, it's still got to be there. But just understand that, there's gonna be hiccups. There's gonna be times where y'all are not talking. Embrace that. Yeah, man, we had a rough patch, but let's get back to it. Oh man, because you'll find new things off of falling out. You'll come at it a different way, and you're like, all right, let's try this again. And you end up, oh man, we picked a random spot. We was arguing and we in that drive. And on that drive, you find this nice little place, and y'all pulled over, and y'all realize, oh crap, we like sitting down by the beach and talking to each other. That's a new thing, and that's a new way to spark it. So just staying at it, man. Don't give up if that's the relationship that you want to be in. You know what I mean?
You said two things that, and it's piggyback off something Alicia said too. First thing you said, understanding your partner. You gotta constantly be willing to understand and learn things about partner, because things are going to change. But there's one thing you said, but actually two things you said. Now it's three things. I'm adding stuff to it. You said that rough times, hard times are going to come. The spark, the flame ain't always going to be super hot and super burning. Sometimes it's going to smolder. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be hard, rough times. Both people have to be in the mindset where things are going to go wrong. We're not always going to be lovey-dovey and stuff like that. But the thing is, learning from the mistakes and becoming better from it. You know what I'm saying? But also, the main thing that caught my attention, at least you piggyback on it too, when you said it's a two-way thing. You were saying something about Leisha being in the mindset of just pleasing your partner, not being selfish, not being this person not doing for me, this and that, and that. I just need to be in the mindset of pleasing my partner. But my question is this: what if you are in that mindset and you're putting all this effort and all this love and everything, but you're not getting that energy back? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That's what I was saying when I said you have to have someone who is on the same type of time you're on when it comes to, okay, when I wake up in the morning, what can I do to make my partner smile today? What can I do to make my partner happy today? You got to have somebody that's on that same type of time, that's going to be thinking the same thing when it comes to you. They may relay it differently, but the mindset should be, I want to make life easier on my partner today. Oh, my partner said something about a bill that need to be paid on such and such. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and pay that. Oh, my partner said he wanted this thing off Amazon that he seen. We was watching a TV show and it came on and he was like, oh, I want something like that. So I'm gonna go look on Amazon or TikTok shop and see if I can find this for him and order it for him, because it's something that he really wants. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just be the little things like that. Oh, well, I know he likes apple pie. So tonight when I cook dinner, I'm gonna go and grab an apple pie and I'm gonna pop an apple pie in the oven. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of times it just be the small things, like Chris said, just learning, continuing to want to learn. When you get that AA, that associate's degree, you want to go higher, so you're gonna work for that bachelor's, and then after you get that bachelor's, you're gonna try to get that master's. You know what I'm saying? So you're constantly learning different things.
Let me tell you this too. That I'm glad you said that analogy, Alicia. But when you get to that AA, you want to learn because you get the bachelor's, and when you get the bachelor's, you want to learn to get the master's. You got to realize, with you saying that, you hit something so deep. The more you learn, the more opportunities become open to you. And the more you're able to get because of what you have learned. A person who got an associate's degree can't get as much or get the benefits that a person that got a doctorate degree got. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta want a doctorate degree in your relationship. You can't get an associate's degree in your relationship and learn a little bit and then stop right there. If you want the best in your relationship, you gotta keep working, keep going hard, keep learning. Like, that was deep. You didn't even know you was going there.
I know. This right here, this thing go real deep. Sometimes in the wrong situations, but my mind go deep. It go deep.
Man. It's crazy because I see so many, and I've been in so many different relationships where I just feel like, like it's like you said, Chris, the spark ain't always gonna be lit. Hard times gonna come, dull times gonna come. But the thing is, though, when those hard times come, can you learn from the hard times to become better? And can the flame burn brighter than before? You know what I'm saying? We all go through hard times. Me and Mark go through hard times. Fishing, y'all relationships, y'all go through hard times. But can you become better because of them hard times? Or are those hard times going to tear y'all apart? You feel me?
Even with what Chris said, I wanted to piggyback off what he said when he said you can be in an argument and be right and then go see a park or see some water and just pull up to the water. A lot of times, like just stuff like that, to where it's like, okay, we going through something right now. We not seeing eye to eye. Let's go sit by the water. We know that brings us peace. Even if you ain't got to do nothing but lay your head on my shoulder and we just sit and we don't even have to have a conversation. Like It's just simply that we need that peace. A lot of times that's all it takes to get from. You can be ops, like they say, ops, or you can be enemies. You can really be enemies, and all it takes is, come on, let's go do this, or let's go for a walk, or let's do this. It don't even have to be it's because a lot of times men sometimes think that, oh, if I piss her off, I can go buy her a purse and she'll be all right. Oh, if I piss her off and I go spend all this money on her over here, she gonna be all right. But just like you said, when it comes to the love languages, you can't. If I'm a person who likes quality time or physical touch, you can't give me affirmation and expect me to be okay. You can't say, oh, you look pretty today. I'm going to look at you like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's not what I need at that moment. If I like physical touch, give me a hug. Hold my hand. Put your arms around my waist. Kiss me on my on my forehead. Like, those are the things that I need in those times when I'm feeling this way. You can't buy me something when all I needed was a hug.
You can buy me something.
It's that deep, though. It's really that deep. Like, a hug could mean that $500-$600 you just spent. All I needed was a hug, because now I got this purse sitting in here, I got this bag sitting in here, and I'm like, that's not what I needed.
That's deep.
It don't mean nothing. Like,
it don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
You might as well go and sell it on Facebook Marketplace or something, because that's not what I needed in that moment. In that moment, I just needed you to hold me and tell me, I know we're going through a lot right now, but we're going to get through this.
That's what's up. That's something that really need to be heard, for real. Chris, you got any more insight, brother?
Man, like I said, man, it just boils down to, man, just focusing on your partner, man, understanding that y'all are two different individuals, and everybody's kind of born into this world, by themselves. Unless you're a twin, but you're still one, being. You're coming out by yourself, so getting along and working with somebody else is definitely going to be hard. You know what I mean? Especially if you're in the same living space. Like we talk about spark, at this point, when you're talking about spark, you're in a relationship with somebody. So 9 out of 10 times you're living with them or you're seeing them quite often. You know what I mean? And that alone takes a toll. So, I mean, you just got to stay invested, man, and want it, just keep wanting it, no matter how it is. You got to be a like-minded person, just want it. You know what I mean? And I feel like once you have that want, you have that understanding, and then you communicate, man.
Communication is key. And not only that, but even what you said, Zoe said, as far as not setting the expectations, expectations also change. Because you can have expectations at the front, which are like blunt. Oh, I want to be married one day. I want to do that. I want to have this many kids. I want to do, it's so bland. Like, it's so broad. your expectations are so broad. But once you get into that relationship, now you're able to make it more of a detailed, like, this is what I need from you. This is what I expect from you as you being my partner. At first, the what I gave you at the beginning was basically for any man that I meet, any man that I date, any man that I, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to certain things, it's like, now I know for a fact that even though I said I want to be a wife one day, I want to be treated this way, and I expect to be treated this way. I expect to be talked to this way. I expect to be handled a certain way. Like, you're able to be more detailed on what you expect. And then in those conversations where you're talking about expectations, I feel like that should be something where you ask your partner, what do you need from me? What do you want from me? What do you expect from me? Because a lot of times when life starts to happen, you got bills, you got this, y'all stressed out about this, the how the economy, everything is so high. Like, even going to buy groceries is a headache. Like, the simple things like that could have you in a space where it's like you start to separate from each other instead of getting closer, because there's so much going on. We don't have money to vacation like we used to when we first started talking. So now, you know what I'm saying, you have to create that space to still be able to love on each other, even when it's hard to. Even when you don't even like your partner today. You're like, I really can't stand, like Chris said, appreciate those times when y'all not talking. Like, just breathe. Like, appreciate that time, because you have to learn how to love on each other even through the storm. And I think that's where people mess up at, because once the storm comes, a lot of times you don't see that light at the end of the tunnel. You're just in that storm. You're fighting in that storm. And a lot of times that's where we turn on each other instead of us trying to get through the storm together.
Y'all make me want to go sit and walk by some water now. Babe! You want to go walk by the water? She's all like, yeah. Nah, but this is good stuff. Like, it really is, y'all. It really is. Because, like, stuff gets hard in relationships. And that spark, though it goes out sometimes, it still needs to be relevant in your relationship. Because not the relationship gonna die. There's one thing we haven't hit on, and we got like a couple minutes left that I want to talk about. And I feel like it's done wonders for my relationship. But one thing nobody's hit on is that even though hard times come, bills, job, kids, personal responsibilities, and stuff like that, and everything, so much stuff comes to you in life, I still think it's good to keep that spark relationship. You gotta have fun. You gotta have fun in your relationship. Like, you gotta have some times where you go out and do some stuff. Like, me and my wife like going out to the little reggae clubs and dancing and listening to music and stuff like that. And we like being the fun couple because of the fact that it's not for everybody. Everybody else sees them like, y'all are so fun to hang around, this and that and everything. It ain't for y'all. We appreciate it, but it ain't for y'all. It's for us, to keep us going and keep us in love and this and that and everything. Like I told y'all earlier, we'll come home one night and sit on the couch, pour some wine and stuff like that, and watch TikTok videos and laugh all night. You know what I'm saying? And that's content. That's fun for us. You know what I'm saying? We go out. Everybody be like, y'all go out too much. We don't be spending the money. We be doing free stuff. But we be having fun. Just because we want to be able to enjoy our relationship. And I think sometimes people get away and get so comfortable, they get away from the fact of enjoying your actual relationship. Just because you with somebody and y'all in the same house and stuff like that don't take away the fact y'all need to enjoy yourselves. Get a babysitter for them kids sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Turn that TV off. You know what I'm saying? Stop answering some of them phone calls, some of them texts, and just make your person a priority and enjoy them and have fun. The fact of the matter is, one day you're not gonna be able to do that no more. So take advantage of the opportunity you have now and stop wasting it on other stuff that don't matter. Because when it's all said and done, when that power go out, that phone bill ain't paid, them friends involved in other relationships, stuff like that and everything, God fire you, that money ain't coming from your bank account and everything, guess who's still gonna be there? Your significant other. So enjoy them and make them first priority and have fun with them. Enjoy them. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I said. I say, you know what? I'm gonna make sure with everything like I'm gonna still have fun, and my wife gonna be my best freaking friend ever. You know what I'm saying? We got like a couple minutes left. We got like 3 minutes left before we end the show. Y'all wanna give any insight or anything else we might have missed?
I just want to probably say, not to cut you off, but I just want to say, take your hints. You know, like as you just said, you know, they're coming to you and say, "Oh, y'all going out too much, or y'all having this." You know, those are things that you want to hear. You take it for what it is. You know, key word there, y'all. It's y'all's relationship,
right?
So whatever they saying, cool. But yeah, you're right. We going out too much. Yeah, you're right. We doing this. Don't hate on me because I'm going and I'm doing all this, and all you can do is watch. You get what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, take your signals, man. I shoot. Yeah, come on, keep telling me we doing stuff. Good. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like you said, man, that person might go missing. You know, tomorrow we don't know. And that's y'all. That's y'all union. That's what y'all develop. That's what we still working on until, you know, you get to that, you know, relationship where either you're in a marriage or whatever, and it's death do you part. You know what I mean? You know,
even with that, you still do it when you're in a marriage and stuff like that. You keep that jump going.
To tell you. And then you're trying to go after that, and it's like, you know, you hear some crazy stories, man. Y'all in the afterlife doing it. You know, so, you know what I mean? So I mean, yeah,
right.
It's definitely, yeah, man. You know, it's a bond.
We should said something earlier that caught my attention. She said that people always see via social media, so they see the good times, but don't see none of the bad times. I'm gonna be real with you, bad times happen and stuff like that and everything. But if you're gonna show the good times, because you can't avoid the bad times, but make sure there's as many good times as possible. That's why, you know what I'm saying? I think it's good to show your love and this and that and everything, because you don't see love like that on display like that no more. You know what I'm saying? I understand some people want to guard their relationship, and that's cool. But I believe love should be embraced and love should be shown, because we live in a very negative world where the idea of love is torn down. What they talking about? Oh, yeah, ain't no man faithful. Or if you get in a relationship, need to be in a poly relationship, you have multiple people and stuff like that. What happened to a man and a woman just being in love and being with each other? That is a strong and powerful thing that I feel is downplayed, and that's a real flex. People are like, oh, I got this many girls, or I got this many niggas. That's a flex. No, being in love, being faithful, having that spark, and enjoying the hell out your relationship, that's the real flex. And people downplay that, and I listen. I'm gonna enjoy mine. Y'all gonna enjoy y'all's?
Sure, man. It's definitely refreshing.
Gonna enjoy mine.
Yeah. All right, with that being said, y'all get the last 2 minutes of the show. We're gonna go ahead and end this conversation. Y'all got anything you want to say before we sign out? Good, Chris?
I I did want to say I love Black Love. I feel like it's definitely a flex, but I feel like, you know, it's so much other stuff going on to where people don't even realize that having a Black queen and a Black king is top tier, like any day. So I just wanted to say that.
That's what's up. Promoting the positivity of love. Okay, cuz. Okay. What's up? Chris, you good, man?
Yeah, man, we're good, man. Positivity, man, and love, man. That's all it is. Life's short. Do it big.
Yeah. All right. With that being said, whoever's watching, thank you so much for watching, support, and this has been Conversations with T. Horne. If you watch this show and you feel like somebody needs to see this conversation, maybe you know somebody is struggling to spark their relationship, share it, man. Share the love. You know what I'm saying? We try to promote positive love everywhere we go and keep that spark going. Alicia, Chris, thank y'all for being on it. This has been Conversations with T. Horne Da Uncool. And for those who are watching, y'all remember, be blessed and be uncool.
Don't judge me until you know me. Don't underestimate me until you challenge me. And don't talk about me until you talk to me. Or better yet, mind your business and stop minding mine.
Yeah, I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talk and then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh. I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talk and then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh, my name coming out must taste good cause you keep it in your mouth. Got something else for you to go down south. I'm just playing. What the heck you talking about, huh? Why you worry about who I wanna date, huh? Why on the main course in your plate, huh? Why everything concerning me gotta turn to be argument or debate, huh? Is he a Christian religion? Has he forsaken? He just was dating her. How many women he dating? Had another kid? That nigga don't know when to stop. I heard he smoking, getting high. Boy, that fell from the top. See what I learned. This your concern. It's all about me. Y'all gossiping made me look at y'all like female dolls in heat. But let's make something concrete. I'm seasoned, yes indeed. Y'all must like the recipe cause y'all all on my meat. Yeah, I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talk and then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh, I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talk and then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh, haters try to diss me. They love me but they dismiss me. Play hard but acting sissy. They lies be so convincing and exes get jealous quickly. They won't admit that they miss me. They hate that I moved on. So use my children against me just to keep up the top. People peep on my wall just to keep tabs on my flaws. Just to keep me fall. Doing everything they ask me, but that ain't enough. I'm on everybody's tongue and everybody on my jump. His rap career won't take off. That nigga ain't hard, he really soft. Try to see his page, but I'm blocked. He was living for Jesus, then he stopped. He get girls just to knock him off. He lie, the truth ain't what he taught. I be so close to popping off, but then I realize I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talk and then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh, I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talk and then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh,
My whole life, I lived it based off of other people's opinions. They judge what I do, what I say, how I think, and I judge my whole life based off their interpretations. But now I got to the point where I realize my life is my own, and I'm the only one that can live it. So, if you got an opinion, keep it to yourself. I'ma live how I see fit.
I'm the topic of conversations. Yeah, I'm in rotation. Gossip about. Keep my name out their mouth. Oh.